Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Tuaya, tia na tuaya.
Nia sova shino o tiara ke se. Nabliono o te ver kiashana liana malasa. Ti amo o tova o sho. Ligashi no se. Ti tia sova eleke. Shinikira so polionda.
Na te uruaka na te tiwana. Te ai na tuuia ta.
Ino to ushu ni pataro seko. Komboi se eno eto koseve. Esho se o niara. To gente clantoreshe. Kli sova sono o topa shisa. Non te yo soko osho se aro kose.
Ta e ta aka no tuuia. Te e te tu aia ta i tuaya. E na ta uaya ka na tia.
Ino to uso to she ena tu kroshase. Te andoroso. Kiashote. Hi, everybody. It's Wendy and Dave here. Thanks for ringing in the new year with us. 2022. Nyataroveshe sese. We've missed you too. Nyataroveshe sese. Siatove elekise. So much love to you. Here's this one's for you, Ostino. This one's for all of you. Thank you so much for being with us today. Once again, as we share with you the infinite expressions of the multidimensional languages of lights. If you're new here, thank you. I'm Wendy. This is my fiance, Dave. And if you've been following us for a little while, so much has changed in the last 6 months since July. We have so much to fill you in on, so many new exciting expressions of our own and new places and spaces to share with all of you. Some new fun new ways to share all of
Great adventure.
yes, all of our joys and adventures and excitements with you in so many new ways. So we thought we'd start this out with our little drum circle impromptu here and turn on our lights and welcome in the beautiful new 2022 2022 and to celebrate with all of you and to thank all of you for I love the vibration. To thank all of you for all of the joy, the expressions of your joy, your excitement for us, to us, as we've gone through our own transitions and transformations. Your outpouring of love and messages, and those of you that I and we have met along the way in this previous year of ours, and to begin this way in this new way is going to be so, I don't even have words right now because well, first of all, it's been 6 months pretty much since I've done a video. So I've sort of had a loss for words. And actually, the emotions that I've been experiencing over the last 6 months have really been, I've been really experiencing my journey, I think, more than recording it, and I guess that's been a little bit new for me. If you're new to Languages of Lights, I've got over 1,000 videos explaining lots of our journey up to what's brought us to now. But we have all kinds of new things to share with you, and we've physically moved to a new place in the country. Here in the United States, if you're from a new country, from a different country. And so we have lots of new things to share with all of you. And I kind of lose my train of thought because so many things have changed since we've last shared with you. And not only our physical location, but just so much of our own personal lives. And I think that's one of the changes that Dave and I, would like to share with all of you is more and more of our journey and our personal journey, and beyond just light language, beyond the esoteric necessarily, but also understanding how we have taken what we've learned over these last years. I say 7 years for me, but what we've taken from the higher consciousness education and how we've been applying it literally over the last 6 months in the life altering experiences that we've had. Here, why don't you say something? Because I'm sort of tripping over my words here. So, and I don't usually edit. So,
Well, we've been talking about, since our last video that we made, how we would be able to describe and share with you how we've really, I want to say, really have had no other choice but to apply the principles. And
when we say the principles, the formula, maybe we should catch up in that it's following the laws of existence, in that really taking your highest joy and excitement as far as you can take it moment by moment, and having no insistence on the outcome.
But also just the general idea of taking all the things that appear in our experience and assigning positive meaning to them.
Yes.
And allowing for the positive results to come out of it.
Better said.
And you know, we're still enjoying watching all of that come to fruition, but a lot of it has, and we have so many stories of things that we've been able to see manifest almost immediately. And you know, we manifest all the time, and we do so perfectly all the time, but doing it in a way that we prefer, even though we don't know that we prefer it, or don't know really what to ask for.
And asking for what we need and not what we want, and like Dave just said, we're always manifesting. It's just we're not always manifesting what we prefer. So that has been a huge, I don't want to say, I guess, lesson for me. Yes, lesson in that every single thing, though, that even if it turns out the way you perceive to not prefer, that if we can still receive and take from it a positive outcome, or see, or know, it's about the knowing. It's about moving into the knowing that there will always be a positive outcome,
and watching it transform literally before your eyes.
And the speed of the manifestations have been remarkable, and experiencing that now, and being aware of that experience. There's so many ways that I have attempted to express myself, yet I feel as if I still haven't really even scratched the surface of the things that the puzzle pieces that we've been putting together, the connecting the dots, the synchronicities, all of the things that we've come to know and love about the 11/11 wake up call, and being, we're here in the United States today. Today's our first New Year's Day on 1/1. So the power of 11, and exploring that, and anybody who knows me, who has ever known me all of my life, has been all about the 11/11, the what does that mean? and so there's so many intricate ways that I would like to express myself that I haven't also allowed myself to, because of the same negative thoughts and fears that everybody else has. So I go through it, have been going through it just like everyone else, And I think all of us took a lot of time to reevaluate a lot of things this last year, of course. And I am just like everyone else. And there's often times um, when when you are in the love of teaching and mentoring and sharing, sometimes it's difficult to be vulnerable because we often think, if I don't have it all figured out, how could I possibly be a good teacher? And that's really the opposite of what I've already known and have been sharing, is that is what makes us the best teachers, is because we're experiencing it. And um, this has been the first time, and since I started my YouTube channel, it'll be 7 years in this month, and it's the first time I have ever taken that much of a chunk of time, and I can't even believe it's been 6 months, and that so much has happened in such a short time, and that to truly just live the experience. And um, it was just so much that it was like I couldn't even begin every day to try to explain what we were experiencing. There was just so much of it every day, all day. And so I want to thank you for the inspiration for this video today, for all of you, and for all of your expressions of your private messages, and private sessions. I've met some amazing people, and all of you. It just amazes me, and I am beyond humbled and grateful for the personal level of interaction that I've had with all of you in this last 6 months. And it's kind of interesting how I've even done videos about this, and that sometimes we have to disconnect in order to connect. And so, and Dave and I had to connect with each other in ways we haven't been able to before, which we'll be sharing a little bit of our story about that as well, and what we've experienced over these last several months, and how we've connected to nature, connected back to the things that we need, and focusing on what we needed. And it was really difficult sometimes for me to not turn on the camera sometimes, because I really wanted to. Yet it was as if it was just this time to focus on the experience, and and understanding what it is to take this higher consciousness educational material, if you will, and literally applying it and experiencing the results of all of that. And I do not react or handle things well at times. And so there's been a huge experience with all of that too, and the reflections of all of that, and the difference between reacting and responding, and how there is a big difference. And um, I just want to let people know too that none of us really have it figured out. And as some of our beloved channelers tell us, you just never get it done, and you can't get it wrong, because even if you get it wrong, you're still getting it right. Because that's what it's all about. It really is just about the experience there. And so, I don't know. There's so many things I could say that I just can't seem to get out tonight. But I wanted to at least start this new year in a new way, and thank all of you for all of your kindness, your concerns, your love and messages to both Dave and I, and how we're doing, and how we're experiencing our journey, outside of the camera. And we're so excited to share all of these interesting synchronicities that have led us up to where we are today, and the changes that we've made and how and why, and some of the funny now funny and not so funny then moments of
Still not
like
all
we were
that funny.
we were talking about today, even the things that just didn't work, that turned out to be, they just weren't supposed to work, because there was a better, higher, I don't want to say plan, but there was a higher orchestration of synchronicities, that the more we allowed the mishaps to become,
Well, they were compasses.
they became our compasses, literally. And so it's interesting on how, when you're sifting and sorting, and literally we were sifting and sorting for 6 months, boxes and moving, and lifetimes of sifting and sorting, and it's still happening. So yes, we have a lot of fun things to share with all of you, and more of ourselves, and the more of the me and the us that we want to be and become, or that we already know that we are, because it's all now anyway. So I'll and me even going outside of my own comfort zones, and wanting to express myself in ways that I've also been a little afraid to, artistically, whether it's musically or with light language, and so many other avenues in which I'm excited to share all of this. I don't know. The word to describe all of the variety of ways of receiving all of this. I want to say information, but I don't have a better word for it.
Abundance.
and just the idea too of, so we those of us who speak light languages, and who are beginning to understand what all of this means. And, well, really, I don't still understand what all of it means. Not really. And yet it's,
Every time you open a door and walk through, there's a whole new universe.
it is. It's just incredible.
And another door.
And another door, and another door. And so it's been a very intimate and emotional experience, and travels these last several months, in opening these new doors and exploring these other multidimensional aspects of ourselves. So much of these ideas we've shared before, and I've shared before in previous videos. Yet there's a never-ending. There's just like this never-ending receiving and wanting to share of more and more and more. And every time I think I've learned something new about something, it's the more I realize I really have no idea about much at all, and yet I'm so excited to explore it all and share it all with you, and reminding myself that if we have the excitement of wanting to share it, then there's someone who's excited to receive it. And that is all of you. And so and then when that reflection comes back to me and to us, it is such an amazing, this is another reason I haven't been able to do videos, because I feel like I don't have the vocabulary anymore.
Heart-opening experience. To
even explore or explain how the things that I'm feeling. I don't even have words anymore. So with that, it is easier sometimes to express myself in light language because I can allow all of my multidimensionality to speak, and all of the hearts and all of the minds and all of the the beautiful reflections of source that I am and that Dave is, and how then with all of you, how we create this new thing, this new space, and how exciting that is and has been for me. So I was thinking about doing an anniversary hangout. We haven't really decided yet. We've got a lot of things going on right now. So we're sort of just taking it moment by moment, following our highest joy and excitement without any insistence on where and how it's going to take us. And if it requires a little planning, then so be it. It will happen. So these are just some things that I am beginning to explore again as we're starting to begin our new year, our new life, our new explorations, our new journey, um, in a whole new way, and many new ways. So I am understanding more and more my fear of being vulnerable and showing my emotions, is actually I think that the door that I need to open a little more, and not well I say a little more, but the door that I need to open to explore more of all that I am, and in that joy of my expression, I hope that you too can find more doors to explore for yourself. And as we kind of, weed through all of these negative belief systems about ourselves, and I tease Dave all the time that he just doesn't have any.
Why would you want to have negative beliefs?
Because that's what he says. Why would you want to do that? And so yeah, I tell him that all the time. So he's been a great grounding help for me as well as I float around the multiverse, exploring more and more of the light that I am, and sharing more and more of the light that I am with you. So, and with that, I also wanted to say that for all of you that I have interacted with over these last 6 months, and for those of you that I haven't been able to, there's a lot of things that a lot of reasons for that, which we'll be sharing with all of you. So I wanted to thank you all for your love, your patience, your kindness, your understanding that that all of us have stuff actually going on in our lives, and I appreciate all of you for really asking and following up, and wondering how we're doing and where we've been and why we haven't been making videos. And so I really, really appreciate all of that, all of you, and your birthday wishes, and your kind wishes to us as well.
We're back in nature.
Yes, we're back in nature,
and we've got plenty of exciting plans.
And lots of wonderful things to share with you. So, and
thousands of flowers.
Thousands of flowers indeed, thousands of flowers, and so that's another fun thing. So, so in the spirit of the new year, we thought we'd ring in the new year with just a little impromptu drums, and so we just thanked all of you for sharing our joy and our journey. And remember that the word journey begins with it begins and ends with the word joy.
Joy.
And I'm excited because Dave got me these new drum beaters, and I haven't had the actual opportunity to play with them. And this, I know our lighting is a little funny in here, so I'll show you guys these another day in the daylight. But this is an actual Navajo handmade drum beater, and I forget, is this with skin? Is this sheepskin?
I think that's synthetic.
Is it?
But it was made by the same people who made the Navajo one.
I understand. Okay, but anyway, so I haven't. So we decided that we would just take out the drums and ring in the new year with all of you and just play with our new drum beaters and kind of just remind all of you to dance to the beat of your own drum. And yeah, I don't think I need to even say any more than that. So with that said.
Thank you for joining us and participating in our sharing. We're very excited to start the new year, which is a six energy, and we'll talk about that in another.
And that's
video.
a whole nother video. And in our journey, we've acquired some fun new decks to share with all of you. So that's going to be fun too. And one in particular, it's a little adult oriented. So I'm pretty excited. And I don't mean that in a, well, anyway.
It just uses profound.
Yeah, it's
profanity.
more about profanity than anything. It's so in case you're wondering. But anyway, so I'm excited to explore that little side of ourselves as well. So with that said.